What's up, beautiful people? Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Grace, and in case you're new here, my channel focuses on travel and fashion. In today's video, we're diving into rookie mistakes people make when booking an Airbnb for the first time. Trust me, I've booked so many Airbnbs by now that I can see through any bullshit hosts try to hide. So without further ado, let's get into this video. First mistakes people do is not reading the reviews. I get it. The images look so amazing on this property you want to stay. Maybe it's a weekend getaway or a girls trip. Who knows, right? And you are tempted to just book right away, but slow down. Take a few minutes to just concentrate and read through the reviews. Look for trends. Are people constantly praising the place, or are there repeated complaints about things like cleanliness or the host's communication? Reviews can give you a clear sense of what you are signing up for. Now, let me show you how to make the process easier. Head on to your Airbnb app and use the filters. You can select whether you want a private room, a shared space, or an entire place to yourself, and click on the amenities you care about. But here's an important one. Try to focus on highly rated options. While Airbnb no longer has a direct filter to superhost anymore, you can still choose categories like guest's favorite or luxe stays if that's your thing. However, when you type in your destination and dates, you still can see the superhost tag on some properties. And guess what? This will help you avoid poorly reviewed places and make your search much more efficient. And here's a quick tip. Pay special attention to the most recent reviews. A property might have been great a year ago, but could have gone downhill just recently. So the most recent reviews are key. Next up, don't skip over the cancellation policy. Airbnb has flexible, moderate, firm, and strict cancellation policies. If you think there's even a chance that you need to cancel, make sure the policy aligns with your plans. I once made the mistake of booking a property with the strict cancellation policy for a trip that wasn't 100% confirmed. Let's just say my wallet wasn't happy at all. Now, if you want to read into all the different cancellation policies, I'll make sure to link the website in the description below. Now, there's more that goes into the fine prints, so please take your time to read it so you be prepared for any and everything. Next up on the list is ignoring hidden costs. It's easy to get excited about a listing that says $100 a night, right? But don't stop there. Cleaning fees, service fees, local taxes, all that can stack up fast. $100 a night could quickly add up to $150 a night or more. Always check the total cost before you book to avoid any surprises. And don't forget that some properties charge extra for any added guests. So be honest about the number of people in your group when you book. Because if the hosts find out later that you brought more guests than expected, it can lead to awkward conversations, extra charges, or even cancellation of your reservation. Also check for other potential charges like using the pool, parking, amenities, or bringing in pets. Finally, watch out for security deposit. This is something that we had in our last Airbnb stay in Dubai, where we had to pay, I think it was 1,000 dirhams, which is around 250 euros. Luckily, nothing was damaged and we eventually got our money back, but this is something you need to consider and belongs to this section of hidden costs. Now, let's talk about location, okay? Just because an Airbnb says near downtown does not mean that it is near downtown. I learned this the hard way when I visited Limbe in Cameroon, a beautiful city near the coast. I didn't use Google Maps to check the location, and we ended up staying in a property tucked away in a residential area. It was a 10-minute walk just to reach the main street, and the path wasn't in a good condition. Honestly, it felt like a mini workout every time we wanted to step out. When you're not expecting that, it is really discouraging. But what made it even more challenging was that the pathway wasn't even well lit. So for two women at nighttime on a pathway that is not well lit somewhere in Limbe, Cameroon, is very dangerous. So I can't stress enough how important it is to check Google Maps to see where your property is located. Make sure that it's not just close to key spots, but also in a safe and well-lit area. These little details can make a huge difference in how comfortable and secure you feel during your stay. Now, the next one is a red flag by itself, so please listen closely. No or little communication from the host. Now, we all know communication is key, so don't be shy. Ask the host as many questions as you like before you book. A good host will be happy to provide you with all the details you need to know before making your booking. For example, if you're trying to work remotely, ask if the Wi-Fi is strong enough for calls, video calls, or anything you need to stay connected with your work. You don't want to find on arrival that the Wi-Fi actually sucks. That would ruin your workflow and your trip entirely. Or if you're planning on driving, ask if there's parking available and whether it's free or paid. Other important questions are noise levels, right? Is there a construction site near your Airbnb that will hinder you to sleep? What safety features does the Airbnb have? Particularly if you are traveling with kids. That's something that really should be on your mind. And lastly, local transportation. If you don't plan to rent a car, you have to rely on buses and trains. So how far do you need to walk to find this next train station or bus station? So those are questions that are very important. Remember, the more information you gather beforehand, the better prepared you'll be for your trip. And if the host is vague or slow to answer to your questions, that might just be a sign to just skip to another property. Trust your gut. Don't think too much, okay? Just trust your gut and you'll be fine. Now, this is also a big one, which is skipping arrival day hacks. There are certain things that you should do when you arrive at an Airbnb. Now, first of all, this is a given. Arrive at daylight, okay? Especially for my women out there, be safe, please. Trust me, finding a new place in the dark can be stressful, and especially if the directions are unclear. So it's easier to spot landmarks, street signs, entrance of the Airbnb when it's light outside. Arriving early also gives you a chance to get familiar with the surrounding of the Airbnb area. So I highly suggest that you should step out of the Airbnb and just take a walk. Once you're inside the property, make sure you do a thorough walkthrough. Check that everything is in working order. Especially if you have requested specific amenities, make sure that those specific amenities are there. If you notice anything that doesn't match the listing's description or is broken, please do me a favor and address it right away. Luckily for us in Dubai, the host already mentioned what wasn't really working. So we knew that if we need something, we just call the host, and he made sure to be there by our side very quickly. And another thing you should definitely do is take videos and pictures of the whole entire property, just to be on a safer side. Focus on areas like walls, floors, and furniture, and note anything that doesn't seem right to you. If something is damaged when you arrived, you have proof that it wasn't you or your party, because the last thing you want is a host to try to claim you broke something. Now, last but not least, and something that I hear from hosts way too often, is that a lot of guests don't follow house rules. This is a mistake I am urging you not to make. Please follow the house rules. Treat the properties like your own home. Hosts appreciate respectful guests, and when you are considerate, they're most likely to give you a good review. Yes, they also review you and how you treated their home. So please be mindful of that, because if a host see that someone has bad reviews, they can actually decline your booking. And that's something that you don't want to experience, because believe it or not, Airbnbs are sometimes cheaper than hotels. So don't mess up your chances and staying in future properties on Airbnb. A strong history of good reviews shows that you are reliable, respectful, and easy to communicate with, which makes hosts more comfortable of accepting your booking. So there you have it. This was my video about rookie mistakes people make when booking an Airbnb for the first time. Did I miss anything? If you found this video helpful, please do me a favor and give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more travel tips. Bye!